Mota je zdaj z časnih umetnosti v prevodu je v bistvu rezidenčni program in prostor za tuje umetnike, ki pridejo za čas meseca, 2 mesecev ali par tednov v Ljubljano, ki jih zanima tudi okolice, kam pridejo in naredijo nek specifičen projekt. Mi se sicer fokusiramo bolj na projekte, ki so intermedijski, bolj na projekte, ki se preizprašujejo medije, tehnologijo, kulturo sploh, ampak zakaj se nam je zdel žanr, recimo projekt zanimiv, je predvsem zato, ker se nam je zdi, da je pomembno, da se v taki temi, kakor je samomorilnost, ki je na nek način stigmatizirala Slovenijo in ki je tabuizirana tema, da se je loti tudi nekdo od zunaj, ko je Žan povedal, to je, da so diskutirala o sami kamuflaži, kot skrivajo pred sami seboj, je veliko ljudi rekel, da se ne bo prišel do teh ljudi. Kako bo prišel do teh ljudi? Ljudje ne bojo se mogli odpreti. Ker pa Žana poznam že par let in vem, da on ni samo fotograf, ampak zelo izredno zanimiva oseba, se mi je zdaj delo probati in v bistvu jaz mislim, da bomo res uspeli.
This project is a very organic project because I had no idea what I was doing from the beginning, pretty much until the end. And the idea of the project was to somehow document this phenomenon of suicide in Slovenia, which is very abstract for a documentary photographer because at the end of the day there's really nothing for you to shoot. Because if I look at you or if I look at the people that I was dealing with, you look the same. There's nothing that separates you or them or myself. So I went on with the concept that I was going to introduce every possible mistake and just live the project out without questioning too much or looking for the perfect image or that sort of thing. And I started to do it like that. And I would shoot in sequences and I recorded a lot of interviews, and in the end I started to see that a certain dialogue was happening between myself, the people, and the project itself. And then it started to develop and so on. And now it's a little bit unrecognizable from what I had originally thought about. But at the same time, the big point of the project was to create a dialogue. So there was a dialogue between me and the people, and there was a dialogue between me explaining the project, and now there are 3 things going on. You have the images, you have the sound, a projection, and then probably even more important, that you're all here. So that's the concept.
Out of not so stressful life, as Collins would say, so deprived life they have. The majority of people I know some patients.
Why did you choose this topic?
Why? Because it made sense to me, and camouflage made sense to me that it was all about suicide. And on a darker note, I have 2 friends here that committed suicide.
And will you do this project like somewhere else when there is like also a lot of suicide, or only Slovenia?
Well, that was a big question because my mother is Lithuanian, and Lithuania is actually the biggest country of suicide now. And so whether or not I was going to carry on, I think that remains to be seen. I don't know yet.
What answers did you find? Find?
Well, I didn't really find any answers, and I wasn't really looking for answers. I decided to not ask any questions, and I decided not to really look for any answers. It was all about, meeting the people that I met and going around and living their lives a little bit and sharing something together. It was more about that, to come to that. It wasn't to figure anything else. That was very precise, some people have I guess, some sort of a goal that they do. I want to figure out why this is like this or this is like that. This wasn't my goal. I think it's clear that it's something that you can't really figure out. I mean, you have experts that have been doing it for 20 years. They haven't figured it out. It's not about that. I think it's more about starting a dialogue, and that's it. So this is all I was doing, just beginning a dialogue.
Why do you? What is? I mean, you have also sound in your exhibition, and what is the role of sound, or why isn't photography enough? Or
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know actually. It's a complex. It's a complex subject, so it's a complex exhibition. The sound was something I'd never used before, but I really wanted to hear what was happening when I spoke to people. And I think when you speak to anybody, you have these moments where you feel something a little bit more than other times. And it just takes a little bit where you start to understand what's going on. And I think a picture can illustrate a situation, but it is an interpretation. The sound is a bit more realistic. And the idea was to bring three elements together. So it was a triptych of ideas, from the photography to the sound, and then to everybody coming in and hearing it. So that was a little bit the concept. But I think time will tell if the sound is a good idea or not, but I think it's good. I really like hearing the sound independently from the images, and I like looking at the pictures independently from the sound, but when I see them together, I don't know, it's very nostalgic. It's nice. I'm happy.